Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to WCS Challenger Europe Open Cup number 2, as we are in our round of 32 now, which means that these players have to win this, then the round of 16, then when they win the round of 8, they are qualified through to the playoffs. That's just how it is.
Could have simplified it, say they have to win 3 matches, including this one.
You could say that too. You could say that too. Let's take a look at the bracket and see what's going on with Mr. Todd.
Oh, you always catch me off guard, man. I wasn't in full screen yet. Like, your secret stuff could have been spotted there on stream.
You try and stump me else. Try and stump
Let
you.
me actually refresh that for a sec.
Okay.
Yeah, you thermal already through to the round of 32. Strange as well. It's not going the fastest, actually. Like, these guys, they're a little bit in advance, which might lead to some delays, actually, after this game.
FeaR and Elazer. Fast, fast, fast. What else?
Bit Cougar.
Tomicus. I've seen that name for a while. Hate Me versus Optimus. I can never say his name. Zhugliang. I'm near enough. Going up against Denver.
That's better than Apollo would ever say it, so I'll give you that one.
True. He was one of the first people I ever met at LAN, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. Way, way back in 2000 and something.
So you guys are homies?
I mean, we know each other. Like, he was at an Asus ROG, the one that I cast like 2 series of when Mr. Bitter and Kaldor were the main casters, when I was not employed by ESL. And I met him, and he was taking care of either Straylock or Bratok, I want to say, back then. Now look at him. Fighting the good fight.
Taking care of them in-game now.
No,
like
not
crushing
that one.
them.
Definitely not taking care of them in-game. Just taking care of them out of game.
Man, you saw the new unit skins coming with the next patch?
They look cool. The carrier has like a crystal on it. No? Like
is it a crystal?
I think there's some crystals on it.
What
cool.
if it's the proto-molecule?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay. I guess you haven't watched the same shows as me recently.
No, apparently not.
All right, let's jump into the game.
Let's go. Down at the bottom right-hand corner, we have Elazer in the red, representing Elazer, because obviously. And up to the top left-hand corner, we have Mr. Dead Pixel's FeaR as our blue Protoss. Going up against Elazer, who I would consider a big favorite for this. Obviously, after he did oh so well at BlizzCon.
FeaR is another one of those up-and-coming Protoss players that definitely, could have a bright future if he keeps on working hard and all that. I think I would rate him higher than Chabi. But, I mean, against Elazer, a guy who beats the Meisterschaft himself, Showtime at BlizzCon, and who seems to be doing really well against Protoss pretty much all the time, it's going to be a tall order. The Meisterschaft.
The Meisterschaft. All right, Elazer, what have you got for us? As much as he did do so well at BlizzCon, his results in terms of international exposure seem to have not kind of lived up to that top 4 spot that he got, right?
Yeah, he's not been posting as much results, like he's been here and there, but in terms of being consistent, he's still decently consistent, like results-wise, like from match to match. Currently on Eligulac, Elazer is ranked 6 in non-Korean players. Right. Behind Showtime, Neem, Nurture, Serral, and Snoot, and ahead of guys like Uthermal, Hero Marine, Special.
I mean, the people that are above him, that's an elite club, really. So there's no shame in that ranking at all. That's fantastic. So, all right, let's see what he's going to do. He's going to be sending his drone over to the 3rd base as well. So nice and expansion heavy here to start things off.
Yeah, nothing too unusual here so far. On this map, it's not actually that hard to wall off here as Protoss, especially if you can get that...
I see.
What?
No, he came over here to have a look around, not necessarily go for the expansion just yet. So, unless it was a miss rally, but yeah, he was just using it for vision more than anything else.
By the way, Elazer, he's already started speed and he's still mining gas quite actively. So I think Pneumatized Carapace is something that we've seen him do in the past that he was very good with. If Elazer opens this way, not only is it super safe, but if he can keep an eye on you with overlords all the time and see exactly what tech you're going into, he's going to be able to defend whatever you're throwing at him, and then he's going to propel himself into the mid-game in a great position, drone up exactly how he needs to, and then do well from there. And in terms of composition, we've seen a lot of Baneling, Ling heavy, Hydralisk styles. But Elazer also is one of those guys that with Roach Ravager is quite incredible. More likely that he would go for, you know, Hydralisks and Banes though, I think, in general.
Elazer's already posed at the front to have a look around. He sees double gateway being added on. Where did that adept go? Sometimes it's hard to see things on the minimap. There it is. Okay, so that's going to be scouting around at the natural. Almost gets himself a drone, but a good little cancellation on that Spore Crawler and creation of it. Saves it. So good micro by Elazer there so far. Pneumatized Carapace spots
Look at his overloads. You're like so powerless as Protoss when you see this here.
Yeah. Is that how it feels, Todd? Is that? Tell me how you really feel, Todd.
Powerless. That's how I feel. Okay. Actually, even this wall of FeaR from FeaR is a little bit risky. Like, Lynx could sneak past this one adept here if you spam in the corner properly.
Yeah, because of the, yeah.
But the fact that he's going to get Warp Gate and has 3 gates, he might... Oh, yeah, I think he might follow up this Stargate opener here with Resonating Glaives and a lot of adepts. Yeah, Resonating Glaive starts right away. So usually then Protoss then goes into a third base, warps in adepts to be aggressive with them as well.
Void Ray being added on. With the Void Ray speed change, can Overlords get away?
I mean, you don't have to activate Prismatic Alignment. Like,
no, true.
If somebody reacts early enough, but if you get close to it, I don't think they should.
Well, the Adept's heading on down towards the bottom here, so he can secure himself that third base. There really isn't that many units out here for Elazer anyway, although he is getting a swell of Zerglings now, so might pose a threat towards that third base in a moment, with the Baneling Nest going down, as you were mentioning, for that kind of style to transition on into the mid-game. And
already putting some good effort into the crease spread here is Elazer, and very nicely done here with that. If you can get a good start like this, you know, reach the middle of the map eventually pretty early, it's very, very good for you.
Yeah, and it's just 4 queens currently, so a lot of that was focused on that creep as opposed to some of the extra injects at the beginning of this. As well, seeing these Lings looking up towards that third base. Do find it. Not much more than that. Bzz, bzz, bzz. So many adepts. So many adepts.
Yeah, but the problem is he's facing Ling Bane, which is quite good against this. The Banelings, they blow up these adepts very quickly. It's very hard to properly split. I wonder what the follow-up will be here for FeaR. He drops down a Forge. There is at least supposed to be a lot of gateways going down here soon, because like in terms of walk count, like FeaR has done fantastic. 53 probes to 48 drones against a Zerg player that right now is playing quite scared, making a ton of links.
Banelings morphing in as well. So where are the extra links?
I don't think FeaR should go for it. It's not going to be worth it if he does.
Extra links went for a
unless he
counter.
can trick him.
Yeah, these adepts are going everywhere at the moment. All right, so into the third base. What are they going to do? The Ling's going for the wraparound on the left-hand side here. As they separate up these adepts, then they become more susceptible to Lings, but not as susceptible to the Banelings.
Yeah, and across the map, Elazer was killing probes in the meantime with the Zergling runby on the third base. He killed 7. That's a big deal here.
Yeah, so that was all very well controlled by him.
He lost 0 drones.
Wow. That's the pause, please. How did you lose 0 drones?
How did that just really happen?
That was brutal.
I said it like, if a Zerg player is ready, I don't think you should go for it. And in this case, Elazer was more than ready. He had enough links, he was morphing in Banelings, so the best thing you can do when it's like that, you shade forward, you see that, or you, even as the Oracle.
You have to resume, I think.
There you go. You just go home, right? I think you don't shade in, you don't go for the attack, you preserve your adept counts, you force Banelings, you prevented drones from being made, you've already achieved something.
Yep. And that's fourth base up towards the top here. Elazer just flying away with this one at this point. All the tools available to him to get this going. Zealot charge going down as well here, so trying to wall in against all of these Zerglings that are completely trying to bust down that wall, but not to be successful. So how does Zealot charge really work against this? I assume not so well.
No, it's good. The thing is, when you go charge, you go Archons as well with it, or even Storm, which works very well against a Ling Bane style, and even with Hydralisks. The question is, can you reach that early enough, you know, before Zerg might even attack? And even if you do reach that, then there is a new threat eventually later on in the Lurker.
It's true.
But Elazer, not the biggest Lurker player out there, as opposed to guys like Nurture. Oh, that's huge, actually. The Hydralisk then gets tagged in the main.
Oh, nice.
So you can actually keep an eye on that here, FeaR.
His army's going to swell, though, compared to where we're seeing Protoss at, no? I mean, he's already got 12 Hydralisks about to pop. So there's going to be a big moment in time.
He's going to get those gains.
There's going to be a big moment in time where Protoss has to just constantly defend against this. Surely.
Yeah, I mean, you have overcharged defensively, you can have some stasis ward, and also with the Prism, sometimes you can keep the opponent back at home. I do think that the Templar Archives is a little bit late here out of FeaR, and that might cost him. He needs to be very consistent with unit production, though, and he's getting enough gateways to, I think, do just that.
Drones panicking in the main base. Manages to pick up those adepts and get out of there, but at least he dragged back a lot of these Hydras that have to now defend.
Look at the top side of the map.
Ooh. And the bottom. There's 4 links down there. Where's our...
Is it going to be 2 ships passing in the night? Or is the Psionic unit going to sink this ship straight into this abyss right there?
That was aggressive.
No!
Nope.
Wow. Well.
Get him. Oh, they could still cause some damage here.
He probably has no warp in. Oh my god, no!
No, the wrong way. I guess they're just going to chill there then.
He's not warping.
Where are these Banelings going?
And in the meantime, Elazer is looking to try and engage. Big wall off up the ramp here. That's going to buy him some time, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
A storm only starting now.
Oh, jeez. All right, so the Banelings got cleaned up in the main base. Didn't really get anything done. There's more Banelings morphing down here, though.
That wall is sick.
Yeah, it's good.
He only has to focus on defense on that third base then.
Force fields.
Some overcharges were already used. Banelings are going to roll in. And those High Templars, they're exposed.
Oh, morphing into Archons just before was important, but of course now you won't have them for banking up energy for Storm. And the Banelings, the Bane train Todd, getting force fielded off, but they're just going to roll on through, doing damage to that one Archon at the front. That's a lot of Hydralisks here. 87 armor supply against 50 at the moment. And the Hydras are trying to go to town on these Immortals. And with those dying off, there's actually not much left here. The base is going to go down. Rallying forwards here is Elazer through the middle of the map as well. My god, the Hydras.
Yeah, this has already done enough. In the meantime, we got Zerg on 4 bases, now starting +1 missile. He's getting rid of all of these Immortals. I feel like you have to be so solid to be able to hold this, and FeaR wasn't solid enough.
Not at all.
GG gets called. If this was, Showtime, this would have been a whole different story. I think you would have maybe had Storm on time, you would have had some Stasis Ward, been more active with this Oracle. Yeah. Elazer, that was good. That's the stuff I lose to on ladder all the time.
Oh, sorry, mate. It looks difficult to deal with, though. I think that you liked the wall at the top of the ramp, though, so I think you're probably going to incorporate that.
Yeah, but I'm still going to down the third base like he did, though.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Okay, here's the thing. Like, when you go for a charge like he did,
yeah,
I think you can't delay the Templar Archives. You need to drop it down very quickly. And sometimes even you can skip charge and go straight into Templar Archives. Yeah. Because I think in terms of economy, even with the attack that was kind of bad with Mass Adepts, where he wasn't worth it and he lost probes on his side of the map, I still think that FeaR put on a really good job of making walkers and saturating 3 bases very quickly. So then behind this, it's just about, can you tech and macro properly enough that you're going to have the units that you need to hold against this attack, which pretty much all the time is going to be coming. At the end of the day, it's still kind of hard to tell. He tagged that Hydralis then. He saw that there was no threats of lurkers. Like, your goal is to rush to Storm a lot of the time. We've seen Protosses like Harstem, kind of make magic happen. Yep. Remember in Katowice, I don't know what Zerg it was against, but like the Zerg fully surrounded the Harstem's army on Newkirk, and Harstem just stormed everything and killed him.
Oh, I remember, yeah.
So if you can master that style of going for Storm and getting charged as well, you can still do very well against this kind of play, but Elazer obviously is very good.
Yeah, so you did mention halfway through that game that the Templar Archives was a little bit late for all of that. Yeah. So it's like the knock-on effects of those kinds of things, as you're saying.
When I saw it, I was like, yep, that's the timing at Templar Archives, and that's why I die all the time.
Rip, 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 rip. Okay, so we're just waiting for the colours to be switched. Odyssey is going to be our next map between these two. And at this point, we're just kind of, back-to-back, seeing a lot of the same maps. Not too many of the other maps really coming into play. But all right, so...
What are you saying, fellas?
This always happens. That's what I'm saying.
Why are you calling out the map-making team like this?
It's not their fault.
Why are you saying Avic's name like this?
It's not. Wow. Wow. All right. So.
Love you, Avix.
Elazer loading into the game. We are good to go for game number 2, as we do have spawning up to the top I always get this hotkey notification because I always rebind my F so I can follow things like this. Follow.
It's supposed to be Control F. Why did you have to rebind it?
Because Control F, when I'm casting and observing at the same time, is more difficult than F.
Are you serious right now?
Yes, very serious. To the top left, it's Elazer. And to the bottom right, it's going to be FeaR. Already starting to pile on down his ramp to get that expansion going. F is much better.
Let's go to the beach. Each, let's go get away.
Oh yeah, okay, where's that? Back to the beach. Here we go. Is that a song that I don't know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a song that I don't know. Is it a popular song?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Harstemp's favorite singer, Nicki Minaj.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't really know Nicki Minaj.
Oh, what is that down there?
What is what?
Like water, like...
Where are you?
Splashing, like if it was some sort of well.
You mean here?
Yeah. Oh, you don't see it?
No, I don't see that. In fact, that rock formation looks completely different on mine than it does on yours. You see?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay, right. Okay, wait. We're in the same rock formation. Switch to Todd. Look at that! Why is it so...
That's why you play the game in Ultra, fool!
Thanks, yeah. I swear everything's in Ultra on this one. Strange. Oh, wow.
Elazer, I fully expect him to play the exact same. I think FeaR, again, I liked his game plan. I liked the way this was going. It's just like... To go for the attack was a bad choice, and then also behind his tech a little bit too slow to Storm. Like Storm literally started as Elazer was about to attack. Like, you know, sometimes there's a little bit of suspense. You're like, yeah, you know, you're telling the caster story, right? You're like, can he do it? Can he hold on? No, I looked at the production tab. I was like, nope, no way here.
No, he can't. FeaR still goes for this kind of construction of a wall. It's exactly the same as the previous one, where it's the gap's a little bit bigger than just the buildings being right next to one another. So he does like that wall.
You can fix that with more pylons eventually, but I did think that his wall last game looked a little bit risky. I don't think Elazer, though, it goes very often for, you know, like mass links and then tries to flood.
Yeah. Oh, well. I'll admit, you were talking about popular songs before. I have started listening to like more chart-based songs. Like there's that Justin Bieber song at the moment that's in Spanish, Despacito or something. just ignore the pronunciation. It's probably bad.
I don't even know that song.
No, you don't. It's like #1.
Well,
I swear, it must be #1.
Somebody was like trying to argue with me recently that what do you mean by Justin Bieber was a good song?
Oh, hey, no. Justin Bieber's gotten better over the last 2 years. Even I think that. And I used to think he was a bad person in real life.
What was the word starting with B that you were going to use?
Bad.
Come on, let's not talk poorly about Roddy, okay? Like it was his birthday recently.
That's true, yeah.
The big 30.
Yeah, he's getting old now.
He's gonna wear a belt from now, you know that, right?
A bell?
A belt.
Oh, a belt. Was he not before?
No.
What?
Yeah, his pants were always like hanging down.
Oh.
You could see his underwear.
Yeah, he thought he was a gangster, I remember, yeah.
Twilight Council behind this. Looks like it's gonna be the same follow-up. Most likely. And then the third base is gonna be taken on the right-hand side. It's funny, most people, they take it there. I don't know why, but like I take it on the other side, yeah.
Yeah? I mean, I'm looking at how much you would have to... I suppose regardless of where you take it... Actually, no, this part looks easier to wall off, Todd, I'll be honest. Do you think?
Well, you got overcharged anyway, like you don't need a wall up there, right?
Yeah,
it's
true.
more about the pylons.
And by the time you've got to that point...
Maybe there's like this water, like you see this big water flask.
Yeah?
People are like, I don't want... Yeah, I don't know what's the word.
Either lake... or puddle.
That's not big enough to be a lake.
Okay, then. A body of water.
But it's too big to be a puddle.
Okay. Let's call it a body of water. It's definitely not a flask.
Yeah, I'm never going to say a body of water.
This is a flask. That's a flask.
Okay, that's a big flask.
Okay, a big flask then. You're right, though. It's too big to be a puddle and too small to be a lake.
I'm French, all right? Let me have this, will you?
What's it called in French, then? What would you categorize it as?
Because like it kind of reminds me of a flask, which is maybe a flask, but obviously it will be smaller, right? But that's just, it's a video game, mate. Like I'm looking at the screen and this is smaller than the screen. All right, like leave it alone.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if there are requirements for like a lake to be big enough that it can be qualified a lake.
I think there are.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's like when there's... I think there's certain requirements for something to be like a mountain compared to a hill and things like that. So that must be for like a lake or a pond. That's what it is. It's a pond.
Yeah.
Yeah, pond.
What took you so long, man?
I don't know. We've won. We've won the video game. We don't care about these circling skills.
I was about to tab and Google that stuff.
It's a pond. Doesn't really have any fish in it though, so.
There it is. Disqualified as a pond as well.
Disqualified. We'll go back to Flask.
Oh wow, you were charged way too late.
Yeah, it did. Wait, I think the mothership only just came out.
Alright, let's see if these adepts go forward this time. Again, I think there is enough for Elazer that's, you know, it might be justified for FeaR to just go home.
Oh. God, I hate observing adepts. Alright, I'll just put them on follow then.
Yeah, you can do that.
Alright, there you go. Are you going to go anywhere? Probably not, adepts. Oh, 2. Oh, cheeky.
Yeah, Neeb does that very often to try and get some drones here and there.
So I couldn't even put them all on follow. Thanks. All right.
Usually what Neeb would do is like he shades the entire adepts to one of the base, say like the third base, and then 2 to the natural. And he would cancel all the ones in the third base, but not in the natural, and then he'd kill a bunch of drones.
That's why he's a legend. That's why he's a god among men. Or boys. Is he still 18?
Oh, look at this. Production tab. Templar Archives pretty early this time.
Nice. Has it been spotted by odds?
I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? Like,
yeah. Where is he?
Worst comes to worst. Like, if Elazer wants to go the same attack as before and Storm's ready, then he pulls back. But because Elazer went for an infestation pit here, I'm wondering what he might want to go into.
Rob, follow again. Oh, they are making a noise in that pond.
Almost!
Uh-oh.
So I guess he wants to use Locust to try and get to maybe the main base, maybe the third base, snipe some Nexuses. These Banelinks on the third base.
Check the third base.
Oh, wow.
That was climactic, yeah. And get away.
Storm started immediately this time.
That's a lot of adepts dying, Todd.
Yeah, 2 of them are going to shade, though, in that base.
Let's go, get some drones.
Mission accomplished.
Well done. How many? 10 adepts for 3 drones? Admittedly, quite a few Zerglings and Banelings, but yeah. So the 9 swarm hosts about to pop. Rare we get to see them, but much better than their Heart of the Swarm iteration.
I think going for the main base here would be really nice. From Elazer, if he sends them at the bottom. By the way, like fully saturated gold base is very scary. Income-wise, Elazer is just going to be super far ahead.
I like that swarm hosts are truly a hit-and-run unit. Just, they're so fast. Just waddling about.
Yeah.
What did Tasteless call them on GSL? Like hell cupcakes or something? Just... oh dear.
Still Locust walking on that wall off at the natural. Cybercore is going to go down.
Oh yeah? Oh.
Yeah, and FeaR has to remake that instantly. And he's going to get swarmed here by this.
Haha! See what you did there. And these Zerglings at the front as well. Just
that guy's trapped.
Sorry, mate.
Oh, it was 2!
He just kind of popped out of one of them.
So sick, like sardines.
Alright, where are these Locusts going to go now to do some damage? Elazer, it's just... Look at him. All over the place. Zerglings are going to get their Zealots on the right-hand side that we're going to try and flank these. And that's more Locusts.
He attacked early enough as well. I think it's funny. FeaR got Storm early enough this time, but he made the gateway explosion too late.
Yeah.
So he has a lot of minerals, and he barely didn't have enough units. Look, he's trying to scramble and add some more gates right now to try and hold on in this game.
It's not easy.
The item plus that he had earlier all died.
They're having to morph into Archons instantaneously as well.
Which is not good.
No. The wrath of the Egyptian gods is attacking as those Locusts coming down here. It's the curses, man. And they just walk up
wrath of the Egyptian gods?
Yeah, don't you know? The plagues, the locusts coming along. All the things after Moses.
Oh, like in the Mummy trailer.
There you go. Oh, well, I mean, I suppose so, yeah. You mean...
You're excited for that movie?
Wait a minute, no. Do you mean the new Mummy trailer? Yeah. God, no. Save Brendan Fraser. He's the saddest man on the planet. Save Brendan Fraser.
Who's that?
Who's Brendan Fraser?
Yeah.
By the way, congratulations to Elazer for winning 2-0. Brendan Fraser was there in the original Mummy films. You know, with the hair? Do you remember when my hair was silly and, like, parted and quite long?
I thought he was Antonio Banderas in the...
No, what?
No?
Antonio Banderas?
Yeah, the Mummy movie, no?
Was it?
I'm pretty sure.
I can't remember if Antonio Banderas was in, but Brendan Fraser was definitely in it, and he was the lead. And he's really sad now.
Why?
Don't Google Brendan Fraser. It will make you sad forever. The Mummy, Antonio Banderas. No, it's Brendan Fraser. So the guy in the middle.
That guy?
That's Brendan Fraser. But don't Google him.
Why?
Because he's the saddest person on the planet.
Why?
Don't do it. Don't do it. You don't want to do it. Look, he's smiling in that picture, but every other picture, he's sad.
He's smiling quite a bit.
No.
I think you're just a very negative person.
Go and watch interviews. No. Go and watch interviews of him. It's really
go watch interviews of me. I never smile, but yet here I am, happy.
Happy. I'll tell you in the break. All right, we're going to go to a short break, and then when we are back, it will be more from WCS Challenger here in Europe.
Let's end this thing.